Aaron Whitlow.
Brandon Spivey,
We are the Markout
Marketing
movie.
Movie Podcasters.
I'll let him say it because he's in his new digs over there. Look at him, swanky. You can't tell, guys, but he has a Jaws poster behind him. So that's what's up. Can you hear me, Brandon? Did you go
I can
away?
hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to get the podcast pulled up on my Facebook page. I should have did this beforehand, but when do I ever do anything right?
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, on today's episode, we're gonna discuss some stuff. First thing I'm gonna discuss, I didn't change it from last week, so it's gonna still say Scream franchise, but it's not really the franchise in itself. It's been a week, so I think it's okay to now talk about Scream 2022.
You
What do you
think
think,
so?
Brandon? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know at least one person that hasn't seen it. So, but overall, I think most people that were going to see it went and seen it because it did pretty well at the box office, and we were worried because nobody really showed up at Friday night. So,
Yeah, no, not at our little
I
showing that he
think
went
uh,
to.
I think Halloween maybe made Halloween Kills maybe made like 10 or 11 million more. So
Hmm.
I mean, it's pretty good considering this franchise hasn't been seen in 11 years and people still care.
Yeah. So, I'll try to. Yeah. David Webster says quarantine. Yes. I have someone in the house that came down with the Rona, and so we're quarantined, sort of. But yeah, it's all good. Plus, it's kind of I don't mind this format. Plus, we get to see Brandon's new man cave, aka
Man,
his apartment. So that's what's up. I like it. I like the setup. It's cool, man. You got your little movie section there. You got your your Schwarzenegger uh,
Terminator.
figures. Yeah, I know.
It's all Terminator except for the Crow figure.
But you put Rocky on the wall. You got Jaws behind you.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. But yeah, Scream 2022. We did a little thing after the movies. We both enjoyed the film. I thought it was, I said it then. I'll say it again. I still stand by it. I liked it more than I did Halloween Kills. I did enjoy Halloween Kills though. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed it. It was enjoyable.
He loved it.
Like yeah, I'm not gonna change my mind. This is not the same type of movie as that. It's just it reminded me of it put me in the mind of the original Scream. That's what it kind of gave me the vibes of. So and I like that
Well,
aspect of it.
it should. Right?
Well, because I say that because like Scream 3 didn't really give me the vibes of Scream. Scream 2 did. It still felt like Scream. And Scream 4 kind of reminded me of it, but it was more meta. I think it was more
Yeah.
meta, especially with the opening. But I think that this one is by far like it. Like if you wanted to skip 2 through 4, you could do that, and it would still still tell a compelling story, or
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
one, 2, and then 5.
Yeah. I think you could pretty much skip every. Well, I'm not saying you should skip any, but you could skip it for storyline wise here because the way they do it, you could even say you would if you skipped it, you would think Randy died in the first one. Because
Mm.
they don't really talk about the sequels other
Yeah,
than they're not as good. They're they're not up to par, which is true. I mean, but it's the first
that's
movie was
true.
lightning in a bottle. I mean,
Yeah, I think you're right about that too. With like the fact that Randy, all right, so Randy dies in 2, and if you hadn't seen 2, you wouldn't have known that. You knew that just he died somewhere. You would have thought that he died at the end of 1. I guess
yeah, if you
in that
hadn't,
case, because he's willed out in the end of 1, but he's still living, right?
yeah,
He's,
yeah,
he's
he's
willed out
alive.
on a stretcher,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean. but you would think that he died in one. But so then the only carryover from three is Randy's sister, because she pops back up,
Yeah,
and yet we see Roman in your Dawson's Creek homage
Dawson's Creek.
there.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
crazy.
that's cool that they put that in there though.
Did you notice it the last time you went to see it? Did you see?
No, no. Dawson asked me a question during that scene, and I was like, I told him, it's like, that's the creek. That's Dawson's Creek. And he just gave me the funniest looks. Like, I hate you. Because he
Uh,
says his nickname at school is Dawson's Creek, and he hates it.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, Isaiah Spivey says tighten up. I
Where's he
believe
saying
that's
this at?
on my Facebook page.
Oh, I
What
see.
do you think about that? Did the
Uh,
Titans beat the? Did they beat you all or?
they play us tomorrow. They should win. They have home field advantage. They are the number one seed. But
So if the Titans win, do they go to the? Do they go to the dance? Do they go to the Super Bowl, or is this too
AFC
soon?
Championship game.
Oh, okay,
But they would be at home for it. So
it's pretty dope. But if the Who Day Nation there, if they win, what does
hey,
that mean?
that means they go to the AFC Championship game. They won't be at home though. They'll have to go to Kansas City or Buffalo.
And if they go to either Kansas City or Buffalo, is there a chance that they'll win?
Well, they beat Kansas City a few weeks ago, so I would say there's a chance.
What about Buffalo?
I wouldn't want to play Buffalo.
All right.
Just saying.
So if the Titans win, do you think that they will beat the other teams involved?
No, I don't.
So either way,
But
you
they have a better chance being at
yeah.
home than they would on the road. But no, I don't think Titans will win. But if they beat us, I hope they do well. I mean, I'm just
So you're not a sore loser, is what I'm hearing.
no. I'm happy to be here.
That's good. But back to Scream real quick. So what was your overall thoughts of it, and what stood out to you watching it the second time around? Um, Things that you probably missed before. I know you went to the restroom once.
I had
So
to go to the restroom again, man. But I made sure I seen what I missed the first time around. I had to go to the bathroom at the same scene too, but I wanted to see that scene all the way through because I know I missed a few things.
did it? What type of picture did it paint for you? Seeing that. All right, so you went to the restroom in a scene where the girl is in the Halloween 2 homage. I would call it the
Yeah,
Halloween 2 homage. Um, what did you feel about that scene? It was really really well done scene.
I thought it was well done. I loved it, and I saw some people in the Halloween fan group complaining about it. I asked one person. I had a comment. I was like, "How are you going to complain about something that Halloween 2 did?" I mean, really, how are you going to complain about it? Well, Halloween 2 had a few people in there. I was like, so did Scream. Just Ghostface killed them. The people we saw, he killed them. Or the person killed them.
No, you can say he because we adapt Ghostface as a he entity anyway. It doesn't matter who's revealed to be the killer. It is a
Yeah.
he's in that same level as like say Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. He's an entity. Ghostface is
Yeah,
slasher.
I agree with
You know,
that. But I
it
love
doesn't
the
really matter
scene.
who's. It doesn't matter the reveal.
I love the scene, you know, but that particular scene when they're getting back in the elevator and Dewey says, "You got to shoot him in the head." I'm like, oh God. I think the whole crowd knows what's going to happen here.
Hmm.
The audience, I think they know. But the way it was shot, well, it felt like a really slow build. Maybe, well, I don't know if it was even a minute long, but it felt like it lasted at least 5 minutes for me watching it both times. That's my favorite part of the movie, though. That's what I remember the most is that scene with Dewey going back, loading his gun, getting ready to shoot the killer in the head, and freaking Gale Weathers.
Don't ruin it. That's okay. That's good from there.
But it was an emotional scene, and this is what got me the second time. My son watching it when he
Okay.
first sees Dewey. He's never seen Scream at all. He doesn't know Dewey,
Oh,
doesn't know Sydney, doesn't know Gail, doesn't know really Ghostface really that well.
he
He sees
started at the
Dewey,
end.
but he sees Dewey for the very first time, and he leans in and says, "I'm connected to him, and I don't know why." Never seen him before. I was
That's
like,
interesting.
I was like, oh boy. So when that scene happens, it's a very emotional moment in the theater. I'll just say that.
Oh wow. Was there more people in your showing second time around?
A few more people, yeah, a
Okay.
few more.
Well, we can go ahead and give our marks. I felt like overall, I thought it was a great movie. It's a great way to start off 2022. Um, I mean, I can't really think of what I'm looking forward to this year again. I know that Batman's coming out in March.
Yeah,
Moon Knight is coming on Disney Plus. I can't wait for that. Um, but yeah,
I will go ahead and tell you that Mission Impossible 7 got delayed.
again,
Yeah, to 2023.
what's up with all the times stuff being delayed? So
I don't know. I don't
wh-
know. It's not good.
that's that's like it's now two movies, right? That he has delayed.
Well, I mean, Top Gun got delayed till this year. Hopefully,
Hmm.
that's still happening. Both Mission Impossibles are delayed, so I don't
There's
know.
another Mission Impossible. Oh, so
Yeah,
the one that follows up after this.
yeah, they shot them back to back.
Oh,
So I don't know. Maybe he's in Doctor Strange. Maybe the rumors
ooh.
are true. I don't.
Oh,
But
that'd be cool. But like I'm all about Marvel. Like it's crazy how about Marvel I am. It's just like this is something that who knew that starting with, and I will go ahead and say it, Brandon. Who knew starting with uh, Iron Man that this would be, you know, it would turn into what it turned into, um,
yeah,
which,
no one could have predicted that. No one.
but Scream, I give it a 5. What'd you say?
5. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, we're
Second
gonna.
time I had as much fun. I wanted to go back and see it again.
Oh wow, so that's good testament for it.
Yeah, I think it's easily. I think it's going to be my top 10 films of the year easily. Uh, I still expect it to be my favorite horror film of the year. I,
you don't
I
think Black Phone's gonna take it, Mark?
No, I don't think Black Phone's going to take that.
I know you're not. I know you're not counting on Halloween ends at all for
I
anything.
mean, I'm
I
not
just
excited for it, but I'm hoping it'll be more in tune of the not reboot, but the original, not the original, the 2018 version. I'm hoping it's going to be more like
that one.
that, you know. But I think I'll be excited for Laurie versus Michael in the end.
Yeah.
Someone will die. I say it's going to be both, but or they're going to tease Michael's death again. I think Laurie's going to die too, so I think
Cool.
it's fitting. They both go out. We
M
can
Night.
reboot it in two,
M
three
Night
years.
gets a show on Apple TV. Come on, M Night. You're doing too much. I don't take stock in M Night Shyamalan at all no more. Anyway, like he had me. He lost me that fast. All right, let's get to Captain Marvel. Um, Brandon's so excited. Um,
I, I'm thrilled to death about this.
all right, um, I'm gonna give you the IMDb um, synopsis. Carol Danvers, or Veers as we come to know her, becomes one of the universe's most powerful heroes when Earth is caught in the middle of a galactic war between two alien races. The movie stars as Veers, aka Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, Samuel Jackson is Nick Fury, Ben Mendelsohn as Talus, Jude Law as Young Rogue. I'm not gonna say that man's name, but it's Korath. I cannot pronounce his name if I wanted to. Lee Pace shows up as Ronan, and there's several other people that's in this film. Brandon, you got the numbers.
I do have the numbers. It's got a 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb, 4 out of 5 on Facebook. Good for Facebook.
Uh,
76% like it on Google. It's got a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 45% audience score.
So the audience, not so much.
Yeah, audience didn't really love this movie.
And I wonder if it had something to do with Brie Larson's PR uh, for the movie. Like she was very much. Um, I think she said she didn't want straight white men to see this movie because she felt like I don't know why about I don't know why she hates you all, but she didn't like you all.
But she's okay with straight Asian men or black men or Indians. That's man, that's she's not racist at all, is she?
No, no, can you be racist
Should
later
if
on?
you're gonna say that, you might as well just say every straight man. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I
don't
don't know.
yeah.
Single out a specific race. I don't know. I think that's what she said. But
Maybe she's
yeah,
had some bad experiences with white men.
straight white men. Yeah, probably.
Well, I guess
She said.
can't yeah, straight white men.
I mean, honestly, is in my opinion, I, I try to I try to see a couple of her movies. I'm not really like I'm just not one of those. She's like Katherine Heigl to me. Like it's just that I don't really like watching her movies. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
haven't
like
seen many. I think she was in Kong Skull Island.
who Brie was.
I think so.
Oh, maybe she was. See, she's forgettable. I remember the dude from Straight Outta Compton. He was in that movie, and I think Samuel L. Jackson was also in the movie as well.
He's in the movie. John Goodman's in the movie.
Hmm.
Loki's in the movie. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
That dude.
she's the woman, you know, and I could be wrong, but I was thinking it was her.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Actually, I totally forgot. But
I
people
didn't think she
don't.
was good in it,
But
but you know,
people weren't there to see Bree. They was there to see Kong.
yeah. I mean, but
But
I also enjoyed Sam and John Goodman.
of
Uh,
course,
I mean, Sam really added a lot to that role because I mean he could have phoned that in, and man,
it's it seems
it's
that
still my
no,
favorite movie in the whole MonsterVerse. Still to this day, I really love that movie.
it seems that no matter what movie Samuel L. Jackson does, he's absolutely gonna give it 110%. Like he will commit to the role. Like I don't see him phoning it in say like Bruce Willis does. He doesn't. He just I'm gonna throw him under the bus because he does. He knows he does, but
Yeah,
that's now a meme of that's a meme in a
he's
sense because that's
admitted
what
he does. He's admitted he does it for the money, and
doesn't
there's
make you
no
want to watch him. Yeah, like
I don't want to.
whereas you want to where somebody like Nick Cage, no matter what the part is, he's gonna give it 110%.
Yeah,
Probably give more than that because it's Nick Cage.
because it is Nick. Yeah, Bruce just
You pay
and
for
I
Nick, you
loved him
get
in the
Nick.
'90s. I loved him in the '90s. I loved him in the early 2000s. But when I think about Bruce Willis going back in all history, was he really all that great? I mean, really? I need
Other
some
than
water.
Die Hard, no, no, yeah. You might have the Rona.
I got a sinus infection,
That's what they all say.
but it
But
ain't coming out like that.
yeah, it's coming somewhere. You coughing, but but yeah, yeah. So moving into the movie,
Yeah,
so it starts with Veers, who is being trained by Jude Law, um, and you can tell she has some type of powers, but he tries to tell her to keep your powers in check to to control them so that you can be a better fighter. But in reality, he's just trying to control her keep
yeah,
which I didn't realize. Of course, I realize now, obviously, but at the beginning, you didn't catch that's what that was. But um, and so she's going on a mission, and they're fighting the scrolls
Yeah,
to have it, but which they're gonna have a actual show on Disney Plus, coming out. So that's gonna be interesting.
that'd
Um,
be good because I'm kind of like you. I'm usually not like this, but I am kind of like you.
mhm.
Um, I think what my problem with this movie is the fact that it takes place in the 90s.
Oh, you didn't like that aspect of it? You feel like it tried to
I mean,
be
I like
commercial?
it, but then the end credit scenes, current day, and just I just don't know why they waited so long to tell her origin story. Right,
Because
right before Endgame. I mean, it was she. I felt she should have been there before. You
because
know.
they want to squeeze her in, retcon her into it, saying that. But it doesn't make sense because if you go back and watch all the other Marvel films, there's absolutely no mentioning from Fury at all whatsoever
I know.
of this, and that she's the name. She's where they get the name Avengers. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just that's the only thing. Don't do that. But yeah, like when I remember watching was it Infinity War?
yeah.
Um, and the end credit with Fury, and he gets snapped away, dusted, I guess. Blipped is what we call it now. When he got blipped, and he's away, and he does a page of wisdom, wondering what does it mean? Who is this person? Who's Captain Marvel? And now we know who it is, and you know. And I watched the end credit for this film, and yeah, it got me excited for Endgame again because, but
Yeah,
but
we're a
yeah,
long
it's
ways
just
to that, Aaron.
yeah. That's why I almost not watched the end credit because I knew that what it would do. But you know, I also felt like Nick Fury wasn't the same Nick Fury that we come to know in Marvel. He was more
Well, that
playful.
makes sense, though. It's kind of his origin story as well. I mean,
Hmm.
so I would prefer he would have been the main character for it, but for me at least, he is the most likable character in the movie.
Yep. We got Cole out here.
Cole,
Yep.
good old Cole. How you doing, Cole?
He can't hear you. But
Yeah,
uh, but anyway, so she she goes to the uh, she tries to she gets captured by the scrolls, and they use that device to try to peer into her head because she has um wait a minute, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, wait a minute.
2 weeks in a row.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's probably gone. You know the code to get in, right? Yeah, but yeah, so it's the money's in my top drawer.
What was-
No, it's just like just sitting there, and then the bag on the floor behind my desk is closed. All right, you all bye. Work. But what was I saying?
the scrolls captured her and was doing some.
Yeah. So the scrolls captured her, and it was doing some like memory type of thing where they would find out the her memory, like which is pretty cool device if you think about it. How it kind of peer into her memory and just play it back from different angles and things like that, just to get. It's kind of very Minority Report type of almost thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Which is pretty cool. But she breaks free and ends up accidentally crashing to Earth and into a blockbusters, and that starts the '90s nostalgia. Uh, So it lands into a blockbuster, shoots a True Lies poster. Um, yeah, and goes to a Radio Shack because it's the '90s.
That's right. It's the 90s, man.
So how you feel about the '90s? Like in this movie, like do you feel like it felt like the real '90s, or did you feel like they, you know, how Stranger Things just kind of commercialized the '90s?
uh, Man, I like the blockbuster scene, but I can't honestly say it felt like the 90s to me. It just felt nice to see it. Uh, I didn't truly believe it was in the 90s, though. Rewatching it, I really didn't. Uh,
What about the
you,
DH Nick Fury? Do you like? Yeah, well, they DH Colson. Well, the guy that plays Agent Colson in it in itself. Looks he still looks the same age. Like he hasn't really aged much to me. Um, but you know, just that actor. But it didn't really feel like the '90s as much. Maybe when it's in the coffee shop, you know, and she's like at the computer
yeah,
and dialing up and stuff like that, and then the very end where they was loading the thing to hear the black box, the voice message, like, and it took so long for it to load. I thought that was pretty funny because that's how it is and it was in the '90s. But yeah, other than those little instances, it didn't really feel like the '90s.
yeah,
Like it could have took place in today's day, and you know, it just had to be the '90s. Like I did like seeing obviously Stan Lee. What do you think about the scrolls? Before I get to Stan Lee, what do you think about the scrolls? Because that's going to bleed into this next thing. What do you think about the scrolls and their ability to just shape shift, like not shape shift, but take on people's identity and stuff like that?
uh, I liked it. I thought it was a cool aspect to the film, and it later plays on in other Marvel films, or at least one that's in my brain right now.
It plays
On
on it in Marvel TV shows too. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, I don't
but
know about that.
you ain't there yet.
I'm not there
You
yet.
don't
And it
have
could be a
Disney
while
Plus.
before I get there. but I liked, I liked that aspect of it. I didn't really know what to think of them at first though, because I thought they were the villains. I mean, unless you know the comic books, um, which I don't.
I'm about to say, I thought you about to say, which I do. No, I
Which I
don't.
don't. I thought they were the villain of the movie. I thought Jude Law's character was going to be a heroic character, and I was looking forward to seeing him. As the movie was going, I was looking forward to seeing more of him, which we still may get to see him. I don't know what their plan is for the sequel, actually, but because he doesn't die.
I don't.
I mean,
Jude Law is another one of those actors that I don't know. It's just like it was cool seeing him, but also
you don't like him. You're not connected to him.
not so much. I remember him. Was he in AI? Was he AI?
Yeah,
I
he's in the
remember him
Sherlock
in
Holmes
there.
movies with Robert Downey Jr. as
Yeah,
well.
like
Um,
I think he's a tremendous actor. I don't see him enough, but yeah, I mean, yeah, he's one of those actors that he really brings it whenever he's acting. It's just that you know, I thought that the scenes and stuff with him in Veers or Danvers, I thought that they were always good, especially the end where he's trying to hype her up to fight him man to man type of thing.
yeah,
And like I love that turn where he has the gun and says, "Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You got to just channel your energy and just fight." Blah blah blah. I love that. And then like she like shoots him. I love that. I thought that was hilarious.
I
But
thought I thought he elevated the scenes with Bree.
mhm.
Um, so he made it better, and I thought Sam did the same thing. But when my
When it's
issue with
just
the film
hers.
is I thought Sam elevated it as well when he's with working with her, and but my issue though is when she's got to be the star.
Mhm.
It just it feels flat. Her performance feels flat. Even rewatching it, every time I see her as Captain Marvel, it just feels flat. And I'm assuming it's just her. I mean, I'm
It,
assuming. I mean,
I
it
mean,
could be me. Yeah, I
I
could be the
wonder.
only one that thinks it, but I know I'm not. I know a lot of people don't like her as Captain Marvel, so
You think that they would recast?
I don't think they will, but I think they should.
Well, now with the obviously with the multiverse, they
Yeah,
could totally have. It could be a scenario where there's another Captain Marvel out there.
but maybe the
But
character's just not that interesting. I mean, I didn't feel that her character was all that interesting in this movie. I just really didn't care that much.
well, I was more excited for the other people around her actually,
Yeah,
and I
it's
agree with
exactly
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like for instance, like Marie Rambo, Marie Rambo, or whatever. You know, like I know obviously from watching other Marvel shows who her daughter comes out to be is Monica Rambo, and she pops up. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's my
It's not a
microphone.
Charlie horse this time. It's the microphone.
It's the microphone. But she pops up. Um, oh, it's trying to walk away from me. But yeah, she pops up as the in WandaVision. So she's in there, um, which I didn't even realize who it was until like then when it came a little bit more clear to me, I was like, oh, it's cool. And then and so she has a future with Marvel
Yeah,
and other projects, but it was really cool, man. I just really so in watching this movie, going back now that I've seen WandaVision and going back and watch this movie, I'm looking at this child and I'm thinking, man, she's gonna grow up to be like this, badass character, and so it's pretty cool just in that concept. And then thinking about, well, because I know her and her Monica Rambeau in WandaVision. I don't want to spoil nothing for you, but I want to tell you. I know that I know that she has issues with Carol Danvers for some reason because someone mentions her to her and she says, "Don't mention her name to me," or something like that in WandaVision. And so I'm curious to know what happened from that little girl that hugged her um, to now. Um,
yeah.
but go ahead, explain that. My dad's calling me. Talk to me.
Explain
Yeah.
explain WandaVision. I can't explain that,
explain,
but
explain, explain the more scenes. Go for it.
well, we found out. Well, he's got it completely on me. We found out how Nick Fury got his what happened to his eye, and I don't want to really talk about that, but I do want to talk about the cat though in this movie. There's a playful, cute little cat, right? And Nick kind of scared of it a little bit at first. He's got a reason to be scared because it's an alien. Um, but I love the cat in this movie. It steals some scenes. It stole more scenes than Brie Larson did, but that's just my take on it. Um, but when we get to the scene, what happened to Nick Fury's eye? I think people were disappointed. That's what really happened to his eye, and I thought it was funny though. I thought that was great, and but what do I really like about this movie? I don't know what I really like about it, to be honest, Aaron. I'm glad you're back. I was talking about the cat because the cat was
Yeah.
more entertaining than Bree in this movie, in
Ooh,
my
dang.
opinion.
Before we get to your cat, let's
Well, I
talk
already
about.
mentioned the cat.
Well, before we talk about the cat more,
Well,
uh,
I already talked about it, but go ahead.
Mallrats, Stan Lee, the
Yeah, you want to
cameo.
get back to Stan and
Yeah. Well,
his
Stan
cameo.
Lee. Yeah. So I
Was
thought
this the final cameo?
that was the final cameo.
Okay.
That's why the beginning of it says for Stan because he passed away like shortly before the release.
Uh, I couldn't
But
remember if it was his final appearance or not.
yeah, it
I was
was. But yeah, so Stan, you know, it was just really cool that he's rehearsing for the Mallrats scene, which would mean that this movie took place before Mallrats came out. So if you think about it, I guess Mallrats was, I want to say 95, 94, 95. I feel maybe more, maybe 97. I think Mallrats was maybe 97. But I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, I just thought that it was really cool just to. you know, see Stanley. I didn't know if it was Stanley or just computerized Stanley. Um, what did you think?
I think it was him. I don't think they. I mean, I'm not gonna say they wouldn't do that. I just
95.
95.
Yeah.
Mallrats.
Yep. I was right. So it takes place in like, it had to take place in like 94. This movie, 94, 95. Um, but yeah, because, typically they shoot a movie before, like, it maybe a year or so for them to shoot the movie and
Yeah,
it's released the next year. So you say they probably shot it in 94. Um, but anyway, let's get to your cat. Um, yes, the
I
cat
thought it
was
was a very
interesting.
lovable cat. I thought it stole some scenes. I thought it did more than Brie Larson did.
It, it,
That's
it scratched Samuel Jackson's eye and gave him the classic Nick Fury look.
I know. I said that I think people probably got upset about that. I thought it was funny that that's what caused his eye. To
It
have
probably also caused his attitude shift. No, he was still kind of, he just like, I think he went through a lot more from the time that Brees met him to the time that we finally see him at the end of Infinity War. I think he went through a lot of, you know stuff in life. Yeah, obviously to kind of be a little bit more colder and harder, type of guy.
yeah
But I think probably even losing Colson is probably had a big impact on him because we know that he did lose Colson because the Agents of Shield is no longer canon, so Colson is dead. So
yeah. I hadn't seen Agents of Shield, but I didn't understand how that was canon anyway. I mean, he died in Avengers, so I maybe they explain how he brought it. I don't
they,
know because
they
I didn't.
did, they did, they did. Yes,
But I feel like he went through a lot before Iron Man though, because he kind of came off cold in that, and you know, um, I would love to get more prequel stuff with Sam as Nick Fury. I just don't know. You got so
Uh,
much going on. I don't know how you do it. But I would love it. And I kind of feel like Captain Marvel has to be like a prequel series. I just can't imagine them jumping 30 something years for their
you think
sequel. I
you
just can't.
think that um, oh, you talking about the Captain Marvel sequel to this
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. I just can't imagine it's going to jump that far ahead. And it wouldn't shock me if they do it. It's
Well,
hard to imagine.
they haven't even seen each other since they returned.
I
From
know.
Endgame, they haven't seen each other. So yeah, um, yeah. The cat was very enjoyable, especially the fact that we know that it's more than just a cat, goose, um, and you got to have a good character, side lovable character, like a Groot type of character, um, that in the film, and it helps because Bree was like there's a scene where she's the scroll screams at her and she screams back. It was just weird. It's like, why are you doing that? It's like there's just like little moments in that movie that, like, they built her to be this cool character. Um and I don't know how well she executed it. You know
No,
what I'm
well,
saying? And not and I'm not blasting her as an actress or anything, just that, you know, I mean, they're making her the strongest person in the Marvel universe, right?
yeah. Yeah, they are.
Clearly, they haven't met Icarus.
No, they have not. Not yet. Um,
North Shadow.
but
No, that's a North
where would
Shadow.
you rank her though?
In the list of the most
Yeah,
powerful.
everything you've seen, all of them have films. Where is she bottom tier? Is she
Are we
top tier?
doing just MCU? So we're not including
Yeah,
like the X Men
MCU,
universe stuff.
MCU.
Okay. Oh well, no, I'll say Wanda, Scarlet Witch. I think she's the most powerful being in that universe, hands down. I think she has power. Thanos. was powerful too, but he's powerful because of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
But without the stones, he's not as powerful. I would say that I'll rank her second behind Scarlet Witch. I think Scarlet Witch is the most powerful person in the universe. I don't
I
see
mean,
nobody. I don't see nobody. And then I'll say Doctor Strange is also quite powerful, but um,
Doctor Strange has moved up in my book. I didn't like him at first, um, but more he's come on, more appearances in the MCU. I really do like Benedict's portrayal of him, and what he did in No Way Home. He just, man, I can't
shielded.
wait. I can't wait to see his sequel.
I'm absolutely looking forward to that one. Yeah,
But
but
I mean,
who would you rank? Where
like
would you rank
strongest.
her? Yeah, yeah. Where would you rank her to in the list? Because
I mean, I think
you can't deny her powers.
no, I can't deny her powers. She's very powerful.
Oh, Icarus is also ranked there. I'm sorry, yeah, I forget that he's in that. Because you have Icarus, you have the really fast one, you have um freaking what's her name that's married to Billy Bob. You have that one. I forget her name. Shoot. Uh, yeah. Anyway, you have some really powerful ones in that universe, but I think Icarus, honestly, with the Eternals, I think Icarus was the most powerful. He's the one that stood out to me the most out of all of them. He's the one I like the most. Maybe because I'm a Superman guy and he reminded me of him. But
yeah,
I thought that his power was he's very powerful. But he's not.
yeah,
I don't know if he. I think he's less powerful than Carol Danvers.
yeah. I mean, she's powerful. I give her that, but I just don't like her.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
don't.
and the Hulk is probably fourth powerful, fourth fourth powerful.
Yeah, I
Now,
just don't. I don't like the actor that plays him either. And he's my favorite. Incredible Hulk has always been my favorite Marvel character. I just don't like Mark
you don't like
Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo?
I don't. No, I don't. I especially don't like what they did to him. The Smart Hulk thing. And I know it's part of the comic books and all that. I just felt like he should have been more involved in Endgame.
Yeah,
He's the
I thought
original
that was a waste.
Avenger, and he wasn't. He was nowhere to be seen in that finale, and they didn't do him justice. But I mean, my number one, as far as strongest, more powerful Avenger or Marvel character. Um, I mean,
Ain't nobody taking
yes,
that Scarlet Witch one.
I kind of lean towards Thor a little bit. I don't know. He's cocky and he's arrogant and he doesn't show his true power until something extraordinary happens to him, like in Thor Ragnarok when
Hmm.
life kind of falls flat for him. He, I mean, he beat the Hulk. He could be. I don't know. I kind of lean towards him, but as far as the women, I do agree with you on that. I think Wanda is probably the most powerful female Avenger there is.
Yeah, yeah. I just not only female. I just think she's overall the most powerful. I just think that because, especially like when you'll find out a little bit more once you see WandaVision how powerful she truly is. She's so just and that's where my answer comes from based on everything I've seen. Oh yeah, that girl's crazy powerful. And so yeah, I give it to her. But yeah, I would say back to this movie. Um, so this little journey that she goes on to rediscover who she is. I
Yeah,
don't think that there's ever a moment, Brandon, where even when she got her memories back of everything, I don't think that she never really acknowledged that she got her memories back. It's almost as if like, yeah, okay, I'm here. It's never like, oh yes, hey, you're my best friend. I am Auntie, Carol to this little girl or whatever. It never really felt that. Like I never felt that shift. Where you like
yeah.
someone had amnesia and then now they remember everything, and they're
So
like,
you blame her for that, or do you blame maybe the screenplay?
yeah, I don't know. It just it was like glanced over and never really mentioned like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
well now I have my memories back.
I don't think it was a well written script to begin with.
No, no, it's
Um,
probably the weakest. This is probably the honestly the weakest. Uh, uh, now I'm taking Eternals into considerations. Uh, I can't say it's. I don't know. Eternals. I had more fun with Eternals than I did with this.
yeah, I think there was more stakes involved in Eternals too. I don't feel the stakes in this movie, and I know it's a
Well, you know
prequel.
everything's gonna be resolved. Yeah, that's the
I
only
mean, I
thing.
know that, but it just in the moment of the movie, it just doesn't. It doesn't feel big, you know. And she's supposed to be this one of the most powerful heroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it felt
You never,
lackluster.
you never felt that way.
Yeah, and no, it didn't feel like the first Iron Man or the first Captain America or the first Thor. You know, it didn't feel special.
As a matter of fact, even this like so this movie didn't really get me excited for Endgame. It wasn't like the end credit scene got me excited for Endgame um, initially, and then Endgame was great, but
Yeah,
then Marvel kind of went on that. We had Far From Home, um, which is Marvel esque, but then we had nothing really to get you excited to Shang Chi, and then Shang Chi got you excited, and then after that like Eternals kind of dropped you back down again until like No Way Home, and now you're excited again. It's
so
like a roller coaster.
you think it's been hit and miss for Marvel
Yeah,
lately?
yeah. I don't think. I think that this year might be their stride because I think Multiverse of Madness is going to be. I think it's going to be great. Um, and the stuff that they're doing on Disney Plus, I feel like it's going to be pretty good as well. Um,
I don't know about Black Panther though. I hope it's great,
yeah,
but without Chadwick, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if everyone else. I don't know who replaces him.
I don't think you can.
I'm not even talking about the character Black Panther. I just who replaces him as the franchise?
I would
Who's in
say
that franchise now? I mean,
I would love to see. Honestly, I would like to see Michael B. Jordan um, get brought back somehow to be the Black Panther. But somebody says they could just recast Chadwick, like the Black Panther character,
I
with
mean they
someone
can.
else. But and they can. I mean, if anyone, I would cast um, the guy that played Candyman in the movie that just passed. I think he's a really good actor. Um, no,
Yeah,
he doesn't look like Chadwick, but you don't have to go based on that. But it's hard to recast characters, but they have because they recast Rhodes, from
yeah.
Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle, which is a I thought was a great change, great switch up because I think Don Cheadle was better than Terrence Howard third. I'm a Don Cheadle guy the more that I'm a Terrence Howard
I just
fan.
I just don't think the character is as big as he should be. You know,
Who talking about
War
Rhodes?
Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he should be bigger than what he is. Especially now that Tony's not around, he really should be bigger. But it
I
just
think
doesn't feel like that's the direction they're going. But
no,
I know he's got like a show coming, right? He's got a
I
Disney Plus
think so.
show.
Like I know
So
that he pops up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
I figured
uh,
he would. I mean,
but uh, but yeah, no, like all the characters. See, and that's the thing, man. All of these characters, you got shoes to fill, some big shoes, because you have Steve gone, you have Tony gone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You have Chadwick gone. You have literally you have
he's gone.
he's
He's
literally gone.
yeah.
Um, and you got some people that got some voids, man. And I think Shang Chi is a step in the right direction. Um, uh, the Moon Knight trailer gets me excited. I'm not familiar with him, but it
I
looks.
haven't watched that trailer yet. I'm
I,
probably
I,
not going to. I'll
he,
probably just
he's
like, watch the show.
he's Marvel's version of Batman, is what I've been told. Um, but
Batman?
yeah, but he's more of a, but he's actually has powers. He's like You know.
He's Batman with powers. I've always felt that Batman for Marvel is Punisher, except he kills. He's got no powers. He just kills.
Yeah,
And
Punisher
he's.
kills.
But I think when we're talking about Marvel and they got big shoes to fill, I think they can fill it with Daredevil, Punisher, uh, the She-Hulk that's coming. I think you can fill voids. You've got so many characters in the library there. I mean, you can fill the void.
Yeah.
Um, but I really hope
Oh,
they do something with the Punisher and Daredevil.
all right. I have 22 minutes of battery left on my phone on my laptop. So I'm doing a podcast. Say hello to Brandon.
Hello.
He says hello back. Yeah, wait a minute. Say hello. Say
Hello.
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 How are you?
Eh?
That's good.
All right. Oh, you tangled. There we go. There we go. Watch. Okay. Now, are you out of it? All right. So we can go ahead and. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So we can go ahead and give our marks for the film. Um, so, all right. Ultimately, obviously, she beats the bad guys, and she says she's gone away off the earth to help the scrolls out. That's why we never see her again until Endgame. So that's their excuse of she never popping up to help no one.
Yeah.
um, I give the film 3 marks out of 5. I think I do it because of Samuel L. Jackson. He kept the movie going. Every time he's on screen, when he wasn't on screen, I wanted him on screen. Um, I love seeing Colson again. I want to see more Colson. I wish they'd bring him back somehow. Um, and yeah, I agree. I agree. Goose was a proper addition. And Brandon,
Yeah, I give it a 3 as well. Mainly because of Sam. Even Jude Law, I like when he's on screen. Like I said, I felt those two characters elevated the Captain Marvel movie and the character. I just didn't really feel like she did much to elevate anything.
right?
As that's a shame since it's her movie, but it's how I felt. The action was okay, but it wasn't anything special. So I think it's a letdown, honestly. But I think it does enough to be enjoyable.
All right. Well, that's we'll conclude our discussion for Captain Marvel from 2018 or whatever. Um, and next week we will be discussing Iron Man. We'll be doing it on Thursday because I will be at the Royal Rumble that weekend. The first time going to a live event like this, so I'm excited. I'm going to
You
mark
should
out
be.
a bit. I might also shoot an episode from the road in the hotel. Just give our thoughts on the Rumble there. Um, so I'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, and in between time, Aaron Whitlow,
Brandon Spivey.
you're right there.
Yes.
We are the Markout
Markout Movie Podcast.
Podcasters. Thank you for marking out with us. Alrighty. In the broadcast.